Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all an update to my Cardfight Vanguard Overdress Orfist deck profile for post-Festival Collection 2022. I would say Orfist and Zorgo are the two heavily supported decks with the newest Cardfight Vanguard booster set, giving new grade 3 units to both of the deck. Orfist is one I play more than the other, so I figured I'd start off with this deck profile, with the new Orfist definitely helping with the overall playstyle of being able to call out the Shadow Army tokens, which are the main play style of the deck, and with some of the other newer support we got from the set that definitely does help with the overall play style of the deck. I figured we go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for the Ride deck, the only thing that's changed in the Ride deck is the new Orfist. So our grade 0 is still Cardinal Fang Fovi. When rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. Our grade 1 is Cardinal Noid Rotis. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, search your deck for up to one world card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. The world cards are very, very important for our main go-to Orfist's play style. And also for the Ride deck, our grade 2 is Cardinal Noid Kubishia. When this unit, when a world is put into your order zone, choose one of your units and gets +5 until end of turn, giving more of a pressure option to your Vanguard or rear guard, depending on what you have on the field. And with our grade 3 being the new Cardinal Dominus Orfist Regis, this is a great grade 3 for the Shadow Army token plays that you can do with the deck. So along with the main unit for the Ride deck, we are also running 3 additional copies in the main deck with this card. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, choose up to one world card from your hand or drop zone and put it into your order zone. So it just makes up for the heavy costs that a lot of the different world orders have. So the more you can persona ride this card, the better, because you'll set up those world order cards, but also build up the soul that a lot of the many different order cards we run in the deck call for to then use as well. Since you can normally only activate one world order card at a time, being able to set them up with each persona ride definitely does make this a maximum 4 of. And also when this unit attacks, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand, and for every 2 world cards in your order zone, call up to 1 Shadow Army token to rear guard, and this unit gets +5,000 until end of that battle. So you have the option for powering up the unit with calling up those Shadow Army tokens, and the additional power which we can get, and for the fact that the Shadow Army tokens are 15k power on their own, can hit for some pretty big rear guard attacks and also multiple attacks after you attack with your units that were already on the field, being able to call over them. Since it says for every 2 world cards in your order zone, you call up to 1 Shadow Army token onto the field. Doesn't say to an open rear guard, so you can just call over the other units that have already attacked on the field also. For the grade 2s, those are the only grade 3s we run in the deck. For the grade 2s, I run 4 of the new Cardinal Fang Dadai. Now, I thought of running some of the other supported grade 2s, like the ones that give the additional critical power, restand power, as additional spots for the Dadai spot. I like Dadai, though, because the new Orfist just uses a Counterblast of 1, so you can easily use Dadai's additional Counterblast of 1 when it's placed on rear if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight to Counterblast 1, and call a Shadow Army token to rear, giving you that additional Shadow Army token to attack with that turn before you even use your Orfist Regis, being able to then call out an additional Shadow Army token over that one that's already attacked. So for this card, just for a Counterblast of 1, gives you another additional unit to attack with, or even boost your Dadai. And then for the last of the grade 2s, I've also run 4 Aiding Monster Tectian. With this card, when it's discarded from your hand during your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 set order from among them, reveal it, put into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So the set orders are your different Abyssal Dark Knight cards that you run, including the Overcoming and Eternity and the Hollowing Moonlit Night. Being able just to check the top cards of your deck by using your Tectian as either the discard cost for the Ride deck, or even when you attack with your Orfist Regis to have a order card the following turn. It's great for the discard power to rely on this card, not needing a counterblast or anything like that to get your search. And that is it for the grade 2s. Moving on now to the grade 1s. I run 4 of the Cardinal Noid Thumberino on rear. When this unit boosts a Shadow Army token, you may have this unit get +15,000 power until end of turn. If you do at the end of that battle, retire all of your rear guards in the same column as this unit and draw a card. So with Thumberino being able to clear out the Shadow Army token that was also placed by Dadai, you don't even have to call over the additional space that you would normally with your Orfist Regis, since that rear guard column will be cleared already. So you won't really be minusing yourself at all. You'll be making up for the draw power that Thumberino provided, making it a definite 4 of in the deck. Now, there is one promo, I believe, like Karagal is the name of the grade 1 soul charging power unit that we don't have for the Cardinal Orfist deck yet in the English release. So until we get that card, I am running 4 Detonation Mutant Bauble Mine, just as an additional power to give you soul. At the end of the battle, boosted if your order zone has a set order, put into your soul and countercharge 1, giving you more counterblast power to use with your Dadai and your Orfist Regis, and being able to, like I said, set up that soul for more soul blasting power for your orders. And then for the last of the grade 1s, I run 4 of the Violate Dragon, just being the Sentinel of choice since it has the non-discard cost if you were to use it as a Sentinel against your opponent, and you only have 1 other card in your hand, either saving that last Sentinel for you to guard against your opponent, or that 1 additional card you may need in your hand for, let's say, the Persona Ride the following turn. And then moving on now to the set world orders. For the order lineup, I went with 4 of the Hollowing Moonlit Knight. With this card, you play it with a Soul Blast of 1. When this unit is put into your order zone, draw a card. And from the order zone, if your order zone only has world cards, the following effects are activated according to the number of cards in your order zone. With 1 card, your world becomes Dark Knight. 2 or more cards, it becomes Abyssal Dark Knight, which is what you need for Orfist Regis and also Dadai to gain their following effects. So as soon as you ride into Orfist Regis, as long as you have the additional world order card in the order zone, you can even place it for free with this card's cost. You only need to use an additional one the following turn, being the one you search out, being Hollowing Moonlit Knight, with your Rye deck when placed, being able to just search for a world card and add it to your hand. And then the following power with the Soul Blast, also just being able to draw a card, helps you get into the deck more quickly for some other cards. With the other order card being your Overcoming in Eternity, I run 3 of this card as well. The reason I run 3 of this is because you have to play it with a Soul Blast of 2, but most of the time it will be the card I placed with Orfist Regis, just being able to play it with that additional option, since with your Orfist Regis, you just choose 1 world card from your hand or drop zone and put it into your order zone. So with this card also, if your order zone has only world cards, the following effects are activated according to the number of cards in your order zone plus 1, and your world becomes Dark Knight, or 2 more cards becomes Abyssal Dark Knight. And when your Shadow Army token is placed, that unit gets plus 5,000 till end of turn. So being able to also just power up your Shadow Army token even more with each one of these cards you may have can hit some pretty big numbers alone with this card. And if you Persona Ride, just even more of a powerhouse. And then moving on now to the trigger lineup, I run 7 criticals, so 4 of the Patrol Robo Decker Cop and 3 of the Cardinal Draco Barbizon. For the trigger lineup, I wanted to go for more draw power because important units are definitely needed, and you can hit some pretty big pressure, but the criticals definitely do come down to the multiple attacks and being able to hit those double numbers with your over trigger as well. So also additionally running the 4 draws for, once again, just getting through the deck quickly. You may need some specific over triggers and even just not this, that, but the orders you may need for your plays. And then for the heal trigger lineup, I am running 2 of the Cardinal Prima Nabalim as the added shield, and it's really good for just guarding generic attacks, but if your opponent has the additional re-stander or a unit attack twice, I do run the 1 Lady Healer of the Creaking World and 1 of the new Obifold for the additional critical power. This is my combo lineup that I chose for the deck, just so you have the additional guard against your opponent. Both of these units have 10,000 power, but still great if needed for that situation. And then lastly, just the 1 Star Dragon Deity of Infinitude, Eldo Breath, for the overtrigger for being able to double the power and critical of all your front row units. And if you get this after a critical, it can definitely be the game-winning play right then and there. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy the video. Like I said, I was definitely happy to finally be able to update the Cardinal Orfist deck with the new support from the Festival Collection. Definitely going to be having some games to film with it as well, so look forward to that. And I'll also be updating some other decks from the Festival Collection with the new support that we got, so look forward to those also. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and Kira Qualia out.